This is weird. This is the Panda Shelter. And this is my A1 Mini. What is going on? This is the couch that I just printed. I don't think many people have been in this situation before, so why don't we make a video about it? So I'm Aaron, this is the Printasaurus, and from the looks of things, I think we're going to cover the Panda Shelter for A1 or A1 Mini. Let's figure out how to get down and let's take a walk around. Let's get to it. So Biqu did provide the Panda Shelter for me to review. Rest assured, it's not going to skew my review one way or the other. Why don't we take a look around and see what the Panda Shelter is all about. So on first glance, if you look up here, there are two pockets on this main back wall, and then there is another pocket over here, and those are for desiccant. It's for your charcoal filter. So if you want it to filter some of that air or take up some humidity within the chamber, they've got some nice pockets here for that. And then it looks like, what's that over there? We got an exhaust fan. So this fan over here, you know, we can regulate the cabin temperature. This thing is pretty big. You've got VOCs if you're printing with materials that we might be able to print with now. We're gonna try some ABS, we'll try some ASA, and those materials usually put off a decent amount of VOCs. So having this exhaust fan and having the ability to duct that outside, because it looks like it comes with an extension of some sort that we could hook up and run it outside of our room, run it to a window or whatever. So it's nice to have an exhaust fan on here. It looks like it has a charcoal filter too, which is great. And let's see. Yep, 4,300 RPM. How do I know? Good guess, right? So walking around this thing is big. It will fit the A1 and the A1 Mini without any issues whatsoever. If you want to stand it up the other way, you can do that as well. There are plenty of cable management spots that look like they're pretty much in every corner, which is great. So we can route our power cables and everything through without any issues. And let's see here. So in terms of overall build quality, we've got fiberglass rods that connect everything with plastic couplers in the corners to keep everything secure. All in all, it feels like a tent. I'm in a giant tent, but a tent for your 3D printer. So why would you really want a tent for your 3D printer? Well, typically an enclosure allows you to keep more consistent temperatures for what you're printing. And what I have found sometimes with my open printers is if they're near an air vent, if they're near a draft of some sort, that when you're printing, it can mess with overhangs, it can mess with overall print quality and things like that. So containing your printer kind of seals it off from those environmental variables. I talked about VOCs and how if you're printing ABS or ASA, they stink, they smell bad, and they're harmful for you. So having it in an enclosure with those charcoal filters, and then also that exhaust fan with the filter, you can exhaust that bad air out of the room to a window or whatever you need to do to eliminate those odors within your space that you're printing. So that is another advantage to this thing. Biqu advertises this as something that is water resistant or waterproof. That could be something appealing. Now, I wouldn't submerge this thing by any means. I wouldn't go out and try and spill something on it, but you know, a lot of us have kids, or a lot of us have set a drink beside our printer, and maybe the printer did something and we had to jump to grab something, or maybe we walked away from it and you have an animal, a dog, or whatever, it hits your table, and when it did that, it knocked over your drink. Well, in this case, your printer is encapsulated in this giant tent, and guess what? Maybe we save our printer and it doesn't actually get wet. I feel like I'm ready to go home. What do you guys think? Well, it is time to return to reality. I think I'm gonna try this random green pipe. that showed up out of nowhere and see if we can't get out of here. What's the worst that can happen? All right, we are out of the inside of the printer and it is time to mention today's video sponsor. Today's video sponsor is PCBWay, PCBWay.com. Jump online, check them out, upload your STLs or 3D printing files. Use them for those services if you need something CNC'd, or even if you need a PCB. They are a very good solution. The customer service is good. They are fast to respond, shipping is great, and the end product looks awesome. So please check them out, PCBWay, PCBWay.com. You know, this thing's big, 840 millimeters by 580 millimeters by 580. So it's going to command a lot of space wherever you decide to put it. You have flaps in the front, you have flaps on the side. So in terms of accessibility, you can get to this anyway. It was easy to get the printer in. And then over here, you have humidity and temperature, which is nice to have displayed. So no issues, I think, overall with the quality of the enclosure. You have the exhaust fan that I mentioned. So if you're printing PLA, I did do a couple of tests with the enclosure completely locked up without running the fan, and it did pretty well. No issues. I couldn't see any quality differences. Then I ran it with the fan, which reduced the temperature slightly, but not much. I think the fan is more for pumping out those VOCs and particles, things like that. Bad stuff. Is there really any bad stuff with this setup? Really, the biggest thing for me is it's big, and I don't have a place to store it or keep it. So, you know, that could be an issue for you. In terms of printing, I did try and print ASA. I have an A1 Mini. Unfortunately, with the Mini, the firmware has the bed set to 80 degrees Celsius as the max, and they have ASA and ABS locked out, so you can't actually select it in your slicers. So if you have bamboo filaments and ASA or ABS, you can't use them with the A1 Mini. What you have to do is remove the RFID tag and then set up your own profile, and then you could print. So I did have some off-brand ASA, some Hatchbox stuff, I believe it was. So I tried that. Bed was 80 degrees Celsius, and my idea there was I have a cryo grip build plate, and with a lot of materials, you can print at a lower temperature. So I thought, okay, 100 degrees Celsius is what you're supposed to print at for ASA. Let's try 80 with the cryo grip plate and see if we can get a successful print. I was able to get a successful print. Did have some minor adhesion issues, so I wouldn't recommend printing ASA or ABS with the A1 Mini, but I was able to do it. Now with the A1, I don't have one to test, unfortunately, but that one does go up to 100C. So I do think that you would have far more success with that. And it could be a viable option because the enclosure, when you do heat the bed up, it does bring up the temperature. So it does keep things more evenly heated, which is a benefit to printing with those materials to keep things stable. Now, in terms of noise, I did a noise test. The printer, on average, right around 55 decibels. And then when the enclosure was all zipped up and everything, I only saw like a 1 or 2 decibel decrease. So nothing huge. And then if you run that exhaust fan, forget about it. That thing, it 68, 70 dBs. So it is very loud at that point. So just keep that in mind with where you put it. The enclosure itself does not reduce any noise for the most part. So all in all, I didn't have any print issues. Everything turned out well. I couldn't see any quality differences. So really, I think this is just going to be something that if you want a little bit of waterproofing, if you want a little bit of temperature controlled, if you're in an area where vents or whatnot are affecting prints, that this is good. If you're in an area that gets dirty, having this enclosure will keep out dirt and dust. So those are all benefits to better quality print. So if you need those things, I think the Panda Shelter is a great solution. If you don't, it's probably not worth the extra money. But I'll leave that part up to you. All right, so that is it. This is the Panda Shelter. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think if you guys are using the Panda Shelter. I'll see you guys in the next video.